I feel like I'm like in Egypt, like I'm inside the pyramids, and it's the evening time. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
pathway, a long pathway leading up into the entryway of the pyramid, and I'm waiting for someone to join me.
Wonderful. Look around again, and anything else that you observe besides the pyramid and the path?
They're street lamps, but they're like our street lamps, but some type of stick or something on top of it. There's lights,
Mm-hmm.
and they're lining the cobblestone. They're not cobblestones, but they're stone roads. And
Uh-huh.
it's not wet out. It's not a dry, excuse me. It's very, you can tell like it rained recently, so it seems like it's not like a deserty place.
Mm-hmm.
It seems very moist, and
Seems moist. Mm-hmm.
yeah, the air feels moist, and it's the sun
Beautiful.
has just recently set, and so those lights on the street, you can see they're starting to illuminate, and yeah, I'm waiting for someone that's going to either I'm going to escort them in, or they're going to escort me into the building.
So you're waiting for someone.
Hmm.
Okay. While you wait for someone, tell me about yourself. Can you describe yourself to me, please?
Black. I'm wearing like a all. I don't know if it's black because it's dark outside and I can't see the color, or it's black because it's black. Some type of like hooded, like a garment that covers my whole body, and it has a hood. And yeah, no, either I'm a teacher or a student, something to do
Mm-hmm.
with learning,
Okay.
and I'm waiting for this other person to show up, and we're going to go into the pyramid to do something there.
Okay. How do you feel? Do you feel like male body or female body? Can you get a sense of that?
I feel like I'm a male. Yeah, I feel. I don't feel old. I
Mm-hmm.
feel
Okay.
probably younger than I am now. Even I feel like I have a lot more energy, I guess. Yeah,
Younger.
I feel younger
Mm-hmm.
than I am now.
And you're waiting for someone to take you somewhere. Can you tell me where you are supposed to be going?
I'm already here. I'm waiting for them to arrive,
Oh, you
and
are already there. And where
mhm.
is it? Can you share that with me?
I feel like I'm at the entry, the base of the pyramid, like
Base of
the
the
entry, like
pyramid.
yeah, there's some
Mm-hmm.
steps that go up into like the doorway, and I'm not in the door. There's some guards or someone at the door, and I'm waiting. The guards are just doing their guard thing. I'm not even.
Okay.
They're not guarding it from me, so
Mm-hmm.
I have that feeling. I'm just waiting outside, and they happen to be there, and I'm waiting for uh, like a student or someone that um,
Meet.
I'm going to go into the pyramid with.
Okay. How do you feel? What is the feeling like? Pleasant, unpleasant, or safe, unsafe? That kind.
Yeah, I feel excited, but I've done this before, so it's not like when you asked me, is I felt like something I've done before that is that I feel good doing. I feel purposeful in doing it, um, but I'm not allowing my excitement to overwhelm me. So I guess
Uh-huh.
I'm very tempered. But if I was to describe it, I'm
Yeah.
excited and looking forward
Okay.
to whatever's coming next.
Okay. Let us see when this one arrives. Let's move time little further when this person that you are waiting for arrives and they are there now. So tell me about it. Who is this person that you're waiting for?
It seems like an older person,
Older person?
um, and it seems like I am. And it seems like this is like an appointment for me to do healing work for the person.
Or you are
And
doing, you are to do the healing work on that person?
yeah, I almost feel like it's one of a couple of different appointments that I'll be doing today.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first person.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then what happens?
They are with like a family member that helps them along and walks with them into
Mm-hmm.
the building, but they can't come in with them.
Mm-hmm.
They have to stand out. They have to wait outside because only myself and the person to be healed can enter. Um,
Okay.
and then when we enter the building, the air is like ionized. Like after like it smells like how it smells really clean,
Mm-hmm.
like how like a thunderstorm or if you have like an air ionizer.
Uh-huh.
And it's like him just smelling some male, older male, like him just smelling the air. It almost gives him um, a little bit of energy, so he's able to kind of walk on his own. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, I'm walking and helping him along, but we take our time and we seem to walk up a lot of stairs.
Mm-hmm.
There's like one flight of stairs, but the energy in the room in the pyramid, it's very supportive in the sense, so he's able to move.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's healing him, but the process of healing already begins when he walks into the building. So he's already, feeling somewhat better.
Okay.
And that's part of the process. The wanting to the wanting to come here is part of the process. That in itself is just is begins the healing.
And then what happens?
We enter a room it's in the middle of the pyramid,
Mm-hmm.
and that there is I want to say like an examination table, but it's more like a box. And I don't know if I had it with me the whole time or if it was waiting for me in the room, but I now have um,
Mm.
I have a staff.
Oh, you do. Okay. You have a staff. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a goldenish staff with a crystal or something on. Yeah, no, it's not something. A crystal on the top.
Okay.
I want to
And
say
then,
diamond or ruby or something very, very rare, very precious, and it's pretty
mm-hmm.
large. And I uh I I strike it against the ground and the vibration of the pole of the staff radiates up the pole into the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And I direct that energy at the individual and he becomes unconscious.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. And I'm able to use the same staff to levitate him
Okay.
and gently lift him up and place him inside of uh, I want to say like a sarcophagus, but it's not. There's no top to it. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like it's more like a box, but it's of granite,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a focal point or a center point where all the energy comes and spirals through. So along with the crystal and my own intention, I'm able to help direct the energy that's of the creator through me, through the building, through me, and not necessarily through me. I'm more just there, kind of making sure that it's regulated correctly. Like best way to describe it is if there were dials and knobs, and after my evaluation, I understand that, there needs to be more of this particular frequency and more of that frequency. So I will, I'm often going to say play the right keys or play the right um, vibrations or the right notes that would be most efficacious for the individual, and then just to kind of dimming down or filtering out the ones that would not be. So that's
Mhm.
more so what my role is. This is just to, based on my own interpretations of the individual, I can help. I can help direct the energy to where it needs it to be. And it doesn't take long. It probably takes more time for him to walk up to the place of the healing than it was for the actual healing to take place. And once it's done, he's able to on his own crawl out of the like healing chamber box
Mm.
on his own, and he's able to he looks almost like 10 years younger,
Wow.
and he's thanking me, and nothing too dramatic because this is like a normal, um, it's not like a miracle. This is something that, like, if like you would go to the doctor to get knee surgery.
Mm.
uh, it's not a miracle. It's just we fixed his knee. It's kind of like that mentality. So he's just thanking me
Mm.
for doing a good job, and he really appreciates it. And I escort him down and out, and I'm outside again waiting for another appointment.
So that
So
is wonderful. So is it like you have been doing it for people for some time, or how did you learn this healing, doing this exact way, what you did with this person?
I can't think of a time of not knowing it.
Oh,
Um, since I since I arrived, or
you arrived. What do you mean by that?
yeah, it's weird. Um, like I brought the I brought the information with my role was to bring to show and to bring this information um people to people here
Uh-huh.
on the planet. And
Okay.
so I've been here in that form for a long time. I feel like I've been alive for like 1,000 or some odd years, just in that same um and I'm and I wear the cloak is because I'm somewhat different, but not in a major way. But it just helps keep people from being distracted from how the the way differently do look. I'm somewhat taller
Hmm.
than people, a
Yeah,
little bit taller,
I
a
was
little bit,
going, sorry, sorry, go ahead.
just a little bit taller. Like the tallest people that I meet are like, at my chin. You know,
Hmm. Ah, so you're taller. So are there people like you, more like you in the area there? or it's just you yourself?
No, I can sense them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all are just, we're just one group. We're a group of people, but the group that there's so there's I feel like there are less than a dozen people on the planet that are like me, that we came down as a group.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say 12. There was 12 of us that came,
Mm-hmm.
and came down in physical form, and each of us have a talent or something that we can uh, teach and perform well. And
Mm-hmm.
I happen to do the healing stuff. And yeah, there's others though that can do magic and move things.
Mm-hmm.
There's others that can work with the the planet and the farming, and there's others that can teach like technologies and stuff. And we all know those things too as well, but it's just that we all have things that we can better, we just have more experience at doing uh individually in our own paths that we've gone about. We've specialized in certain things
Mm-hmm.
over the I can't even think about how much time it is. It doesn't make sense. But
Okay.
over the collective of experiences we have, some of us have more experience doing one thing or another. And so it's very foggy. We have various different things that we're doing. We're all spread out. None of us are in the in any same part at any same time. Um, at any time, maybe you'll see maybe two of us together, but for the most part, we stay pretty spread out doing and teaching, and going about what whatever the creator presents to us. It's not really we have a plan, but more so we just here to be of service for whatever time we need to be here.
So your specialty is more healing. Is that so? Like you said,
I
there are.
I feel this whoever this is, that I'm looking through eyes, that they're a healer, and they have had a lot of opportunities to practice it, and practice it specifically with these people. So I feel I have a humble but confident understanding of most situations, and um,
Hmm.
there's not too many things that come up that I'm not able to help out within that area of healings.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, just would like to know, you said there are like less than 12 or about 12 like you. Can you share where you come from? You said you arrived. Can you share where you came from? Do you have a sense of that?
Yeah, but it seems so silly. I feel like I'm like part of Ra. I'm with them in Venus. That
Hmm. Wow.
that we came down, like we us 12 came down to do these different activities
Uh-huh.
and to demonstrate and to teach. It was only 12 of us, um, but we lived for a long time. I mean, we lived for as long as we needed to. It wasn't a matter of the we thought our bodies into existence, and then we put our you know our individualized consciousness into those bodies,
Mm.
and we could generate them, or if we were
Hmm.
needed to, you know we could do what we needed to do. So it wasn't like the same as the other beings that were helping, where they were so distorted that if they were sick or if they were hurt,
Hmm.
they they weren't they would come to us, and we would help them, and we would heal them. um,
Wonderful. I mean,
I feel like now, though, it's more the time that I'm at now. This time is more it's more restricted. Like, for example, like the people who came and I just healed, those were people who had some type of status, or some type of, I feel like I want to say the word insurance, like health insurance in a
mhm,
sense.
mhm.
Uh,
Okay.
I don't have I feel like there was a time before when there were, it was more organic. Like there was no, like, a guard at the door that's like, you know, preventing certain people from entering or not. I felt like there was a time when it was more open, and I feel like I wish it was more of that time, or it was
Uh-huh.
more inclusive.
Okay.
But I'm here to help, so I'm just here to help.
So you noticed during your time that initially it was the guard was not really guarding who was entering in, but later on it started guarding who should go and who would not go. Is that what you were trying to say?
Yeah, so in the where I'm at now, it's very guarded.
Mm-hmm.
As I wait outside, there's another guard, not intimidating, like how like a security guard at a hospital would be. They're there. They're not menacing, but they do have a gun, and they will, tell people to go away if they're not supposed to. But they're not like, it's not like a military guard, guarding some, shoot on sight type of guard. So it doesn't have that presence, but it definitely has, like, if you're not supposed to be here, don't try it type of feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And wasn't meant to be that way. So
Oh, okay.
I would heal anyone that came and asked me to, and I would gladly, take them into the pyramid to do the work that is meant to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But there is the people um, they do have laws and rules, and they do have their own way of doing things as far as within those rules. And so it's not our place to come in here and change their rules. Uh, we're just here to I can speak
Mm-hmm.
for myself. I'm just here to heal anyone that comes and asks to be healed.
Okay. So when you are not healing or you are not doing this the service in the form of healing, what do you do in your spare time?
Oh, I see that healing happens only in the evening time,
Mhm.
something to do with the cooling of the pyramid. It's
Mm,
much the airflow and stuff is much cooler beginning at dusk,
mm.
on into the evening to about
Okay.
midnight. Um, when I'm not doing that, I see myself teaching, like standing in front of I
Okay.
want to say like a chalkboard, or a wall of some sort where I'm able to write and illustrate things on. And
Mhm.
I feel like I'm trying to find or trying to teach people that will be able to take my place, so I don't have to not have to, but I know I
Mm.
can't stay. And but there are probably thousands of students. There's maybe one, if we're lucky,
Mm.
that will go the full initiation process that it takes to do the healing. So in the thousands of years that we've been here, maybe four, maybe five people have ever been able to do the healing work and stuff without one of us present,
Mm.
or without one of us guiding or supporting. So it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like they'll be able to maintain this much, without our presence here, physical presence, because
Mhm.
they're just not able to do the balancing and the cleansing and the healing that they have to do within themselves in order to yeah, be able to do the healing towards for other people, because you can only heal people as much as you have healed yourself. So if they have not then you know they haven't balanced their energy centers and their distortions to a minimum level, which will allow the energies to move from the red to the crown. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it has to run unimpeded,
Mhm.
and without any resistance. Whatever voltage it is, it must run and be consistent. Uh,
Okay.
some some people can uh, allow the voltage to come in, but it will come in bursts and sporadic. And the I see in my mind like 5 volts, then 12 volts, and 8 volts, and 9 volts, and it'll be sporadic. And most people are the average person is has a very sporadic voltage that is below the amount of energy it would take to even get up into that area. So it's like if you needed certain whatever ampage and voltage you needed to carry the current through all the energy centers, let's say we could call that 10,
Mm.
um, a resistance of 10 and a voltage of 10, they would have their voltage would be 8 or 7, and
Mm.
they would not have enough energy with spurts that would jump up into the 10 and 12 and 13 realms. So they would have the energy move all the way up, but it would not stay illuminated long enough for them to do any work. And so that is the average population. And then we would have um, every now and then a student that would be able to excel, and if they chose to continue with it, there were um, men and women, that mainly men, that were able to uh, maintain that and then still decide to then go into that field, because there are times where people would become um, crystal crystallized in their thinking, but would choose not to, for whatever reason, not to do the rest of the work. As far as with doing healing work, they may
Mm.
disappear and go off and do their own things.
So you are kind of training the healers. Is that so?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We were training after the pyramids were built. We knew we could stay forever, so we had, at least not in the forms that we were.
Mm.
And so we very quickly were, when we had permission to walk among them, we very quickly, our main objective, because we can't do that from any other place, was to show and teach through example the things
Mm.
that they needed to do. And we didn't have, eternity to do it. We had a finite amount of time to do it. And very quickly we realized that it was going to be very challenging for that to take place. And so we still pursued it with all intensity, as if though, we didn't serve we didn't serve reluctantly. So
Mm.
we did everything that we could. Um, but there was a time when what we were doing was becoming uh, more deleterious than doing nothing, and so we had to leave. So
Okay.
we left.
So just before leaving, can we go to that time before you or your group decided to leave? Just before that time. So let's
Mhm.
go to that place, to that time, and you are there now. What is going on? What is your thought process or the thought process of your group before you leave?
Not confused, but regretful that our actions became so confused.
Your
Um,
actions became confused. What do you mean by that?
how people interpreted our actions.
Okay.
Um, we had, I feel like, I feel like if there were the best way to account for it is like a political type of event where we had large groups of the population wanting us to continue and to see the benefits of what it is that we were doing, and then another group of the population questioning our motives and questioning if we were really there to help and were we really helping. And those two polarized views were were conflicted, and they were fighting, and it seemed like things got violent even over these over this decision continue to allow us um, to teach and to have status and to do what we had been doing, what we had taught them to do. I mean, they did not have this technology and they didn't have these things prior to our arrival. However, the beings that were in charge of the people now, they were born and they have always seen these things. So they were always um, had authority over them because it was their free will. When we built these places, we built it for them and for them to use. So it wasn't, we had no sense of ownership to them. And so they didn't, the newer, this is probably 5 or 6 generations later, close to 1,000 years later, the those entities, all they knew was these buildings, and so they didn't think, and we didn't go around bragging, about it either. So they felt there was from a worldly stint, from a worldly sense, they felt that these things that, and speaking from a worldly perspective, they felt that these places and things that we had built for them, that they were entitled to kick us out, and there was a divide about that. And
Mm.
some people thought we were helping, and some people thought that we were a threat. And so instead of them having to make a choice, we made the choice for them and we
Yes.
left.